Kathy Samuel is my guest here in the studio today for Going Beyond. It's my pleasure to welcome her. I'm going to call her a beautiful dreamer. She's, in point of fact, a very brilliant artist, and it's my pleasure to welcome her into my studio today. Kathy, you started painting as a very, very little girl. How old?
7.
At 7?
I was 7.
Uh-huh. Did somebody teach you?
Nobody taught me. I just started observing. I lived in this very big colonial house. Everything about that area, the grass, the muddy pond, the trees, it was very pretty. So I liked landscape right from the time.
I've seen most of your paintings, and they're very magnificent, very beautiful, and there's a very ethereal kind of a quality to your work. I was wondering, did this develop along the way?
I think somewhere about when we were young, that movie came out, Mary Poppins, and there was this Dick Van Dyke. He was doing paintings and street painter, and then he took them into the painting for that song. I think it was _Supercalifragilistic.
That's right.
So I always wanted to get into my paintings. Mm-hmm. So whenever I paint, I always think that down that road, there is another village. Down that village road, there is another pond. So when I paint, I actually get emotionally involved with my painting, and I also kind of enter into the painting.
Right. Most of your work is very pale and very delicate, and there's a lot of flowers and a lot of scenery about your work. So does all of this stem from childhood, from being in that kind of an environment?
No, when we were small, we didn't have YouTube or a lot of exposure. So we used to get cards. Many people used to send out cards at the time. So I was inspired by cards. So Christmas cards, birthday cards, and we used to get good cards at that time. So I started by learning colors from those cards.
Right.
But I changed later. I liked Indian village because my hometown is bordered by a lot of villages.
Where do you come from?
I come from Trichy.
Okay.
And the products, eggs and vegetables and stuff used to come on the heads of village women. So I used to paint many village women.
Mm-hmm.
I liked them.
Right.
They had those flat baskets, and I liked the way they moved their bodies. They swayed when they were walking. So I liked Indian painting a lot. So I shifted a bit from just flowers and light painting, and I started doing Indian women. And Trichy is on the banks of Kaveri, the river. Yes. Kaveri. So the women go to the Kaveri River to bathe and wash their clothes. And on the banks of the Kaveri, the scenery is very nice. And looking at the women also. In Trichy, on that area, they never wore printed saris. They had woven saris. So I liked that a lot. So I don't include anything city into my paintings. My paintings never include a city or anything modern. I like the old.
So now you have begun to paint a lot of work that is related to your own environment as a child. Mm. But I understand that a lot of your work is primarily about women and for women.
Yes.
Is that correct, Kathy?
Yes. It happens that most of my clients, most of the people who want paintings, buy it for their home. So most often it's the woman who decides what she wants. And they send me a reference sometimes. Sometimes they just tell me what they want, and I paint for them.
So that means you actually paint as per somebody's order.
Request, yes.
On their request.
Yes.
So does that work for an artist?
It works for me. It works for me. I have, I don't know. I just get the orders. It just comes to me.
Mm-hmm. Now,
I haven't advertised or anything, but I just get orders.
Right. How old were you when you became a professional artist?
2005, I must have been 45, 44, 45, 46. Because at that time I became, I gave up my office job. I wanted to be available to my children. And so since paintings were going easily, I was selling them easily. So I took it up completely as my profession.
Right. You say that you do not advertise your work. So how do you expect to get known? How do you expect people to see your work and say, yes, Kathy, Samuel, I'd like to do this, that, or the other? How does it work?
Usually, I don't know how it works. I think they see my work somewhere else and then they contact me.
Where is that somewhere else, Kathy?
Someone else's house, offices, banks. So they see my work somewhere and then they contact me.
Right. So in 05, if you actually became professional about your paintings, how have you made yourself known then? You can't just be dependent upon people having seen your work somewhere. There's got to be more to it than that.
Yeah, it's just been like that.
You can't just have been lucky. I mean, no, Kathy. I refuse to accept that it's just luck. I mean, your work is obviously spectacular.
Thank you.
So people need to see your work. Where do they see it? Have you had any shows? Have you had any exhibitions?
I've never had an exhibition, but I've exhibited my work in 3 places. The biggest place that I did was for an organization that got 80 paintings done by me for their employees. So I had to do those paintings between the second week of December and the 3rd week of December. So I made 80 paintings in about 20 days.
You must be very prolific, a very prolific painter, I must say. I can imagine. I did
5 paintings, 10 paintings a day I did. And then when I handed it over to them, it was put up in a hall. And that was one of the big exhibitions I had.
Right. When you put your work up for sale, do you find that people just swarm in there and pick them up, grab them off the walls, or how does it work?
No, it works only by them coming to me for a painting, telling me what they want, and then I take 10 days to give them back a framed painting.
Right. So when they want a particular painting done, do they actually bring you a sample and say, I like this, or can you change this around, or something like that?
Sometimes, most often they send me something on the phone, or we used to send it by email at one time, just a picture and say, I want something like this. I don't usually reproduce anything because then I can't put my signature. So I take the idea and then I added my own. Yes.
So sometimes when you have to put in your own stamp onto it, how does that happen? I mean, what is that special stamp that is Cassie Samuels?
When I travel, I do sketches and I keep those sketches. And so when I look at the scenery, I know, okay, I can put this in. I can put this in here. I can put that in the other side. And I add. Usually I take my sketches from my highway travel and from train windows. I sometimes take photographs and sometimes I do sketches.
Right. In this day and age, Kathy, are there people in this generation of ours who are actually yearning to have, village scenes done or rural scenes done, or are they quite happy to do, a beautiful floral design or a window or a pathway?
Most often, sometimes officers like abstracts, men like abstracts, women like flowers, and women are quite easy to please actually.
Really?
They don't have any preference. Each person likes their own stuff.
Right. How much does a painting cost?
I sell my paintings very cheap.
Why?
Because I like it to move. I like them to move. And I know that somebody who comes forward actually asked me for a painting because they liked it. So a 2 by 3 will be 9 framed. And beyond. I send them an estimate. I have an estimate of my own. Then they choose whichever size they want.
Then do you ever, when you go to somebody who wants to buy your painting, do you actually suggest this, or this? Do you give them an option to choose from?
Sometimes I send them 1 or 2 pictures. I send them my own work. I have a profile. So I send them the profile, and they may say, okay, I like a scenery. So I try to get it the order in such a way that I can choose what I want to do.
Right.
That way I have less tension because I'm already into doing it. I already know. So I try as far as possible to let the choice be mine. Sometimes they ask me.
Right. In some of your paintings, I was looking at them. They have a very a very British English look about them. And I was wondering if that is by design?
Yes, it is. But it's by design. I grew up in a colonial house, very old building. And, because most of our colonial houses are in not good shape. They have bricks, they are exposed, walls are cracked, and the red tile roof. And so I noticed this painter, John Constable. I liked his painting very much. And his paintings were very much like the place I grew up. So I think I got influenced by his work, his colors, his work.
Have you worked on his basic designs and then gone forward and taken it to the next level?
No. I take pictures on my phone sometimes a camera. I had a camera. And I would add in some of his color into the painting that I was doing. So that's how I got influenced by color.
Right. Do you do any modern kind of paintings? You did say that the men like the abstract stuff.
Yes.
But so then that means that gives you a little bit of a scope, does it?
Yes, it's really very interesting to do an abstract painting. You could think that it's very easy, but it's not easy.
Right.
Because you have to build on it. The painting gets built, and sometimes you don't even know what the next stroke you're going to put on the painting. So I like abstract paintings because they give me a lot of freedom, color freedom. It doesn't need to, the colors sometimes don't even have any connection. One color with the other, they don't have connections at all.
Sometimes when I look at an abstract painting, Kathy, I look at it and I think, what is the artist trying to tell me? I'm confused about what you as the artist are trying to say to me. Yes. So how does it work? I mean, how do you put your vision into my thinking?
I don't give it a title.
Yeah.
So when the person looks at it, they see what they want to see.
Do they ever get back to you and say, well, this is how I see it? Does that happen?
I get a lot of feedback from my clients and those who buy paintings.
Right.
I do.
You've been painting for a long time, from a very little girl, okay? But I was just wondering, along the way, do you believe that your work has developed and has it got better and better as you've gone along?
Yes, definitely. Definitely. Now I find that if I'm mixing my colors with my right hand, my left hand is not quiet. I'm doing the back painting with my left hand.
Really? So you're ambidextrous,
no,
really?
No, because there's a certain roughness that comes from your left hand work.
What do you mean?
You don't. Your strokes are not planned because your left hand works differently from your right hand. For me, so when I do the background, like if I'm doing a tree, I do the background with my left hand. And then when it's dry, I fill in with the right hand.
That's very interesting and it's very intriguing. So are you able to actually then mix and match these two things together? Are you able to do that?
Yes.
Consciously so?
Consciously
so, okay. So now you're doing all these pictures and pretty flowers and things for the ladies, for women, and the abstract stuff for the men. What about portraits and what about other things?
No, I don't do portraits because I don't think I can ever come up to a portrait painter's excellence. And there are better portrait painters, so I don't do them.
No, I think you're just being modest.
No, I can't do that.
You can't?
No, I can't do paint the portraits. I mean, I can if I wanted to, but I don't think I'm comfortable with the colors that go into a single face has so many planes to it. So the planes take on different shades. I'm not familiar with those planes. Like for a portrait, the upper portion is gray. The middle portion, the nose and ears are the places where the blood circulates. Ears, nose, and so the lower jaw gets on a grayish color. So I'm not familiar with those planes.
Is that an art in itself?
Yes,
then?
definitely.
Right.
Definitely.
Okay. So what about your paintings? Have you been able to get sale for your work outside of India, outside of this country?
Many of my paintings have gone abroad. Many, many. I think as many as I've sold in India, that many have gone abroad.
That's extremely interesting. So the ones that go abroad, are these the ones that are about rural India? Are they about the village? Are they about the Kaveri? Are they about,
yes,
you know?
Yes, especially Indian people who have gone away from their hometown, or they remember the Kovalam beach, or they remember the river. For sentimental reasons, they ask me. The railway station with the train, you know, those things that they remember as children, or some of them give me paintings like that. I get orders.
People who are mostly reminiscing, really, I imagine.
Yes. People whom I don't know also.
Is it?
They remember especially many seascapes. I get a lot of seascapes from Kovalam. Mm-hmm. Before the buildings came up.
Right.
So I get orders like that. But sometimes they give me the freedom of choice.
Right. Yeah. You live not far from the beach, of course,
yes,
but, by the nature of where you live. So do you ever go out onto the beach, sit there and paint? Do you do that often?
I wanted to tell you, I think a painter goes through ages. There's an age in his painting life when he likes the sea. And then he may suddenly not like the sea, and he will take to forest painting, pathways. I think I went through a stage in which I lost interest in the sea after the tsunami. I used to just gaze into the water and look into the sand under the sea water, but after the tsunami came in, I shifted more to the mountain, Kodaikanal and different places where there are mountains and trees, forests.
When you're painting, and you think of a certain, say a mountainside, say Kodaikanal or Yercaud or wherever it is, do you actually remember that particular scenery and then do it?
Yes.
Or do you find that you have to go there, physically sit there, watch there, look there, and then transpose that?
I see it. If I close my eyes, I can see it. I can see the place.
Really?
Yes.
You're a dreamer,
yes.
Aren't you?
I am a dreamer.
Right? Yeah. Okay. How long does it take to actually do one big painting, say 5x3, or how long does it take?
I can finish a painting, allowing it for drying time. I don't count the drying time in between, but the whole painting I can do in 8 hours.
As quickly as that?
Yes. Yes. If it's an acrylic painting, 8 hours. If it's an oil painting, I take at least 2 weeks just for the oil to dry, because it's a little sticky. So I have to give it time to dry. But acrylic paintings I can finish in 8 hours, even less than that also if the person is in a big hurry.
Are there people who are in a hurry for painting?
Yes, somebody comes in and they're on their way flying out to maybe to Australia or somewhere else. They'll say, can you do me this painting? So I'll say, yeah, okay, I'll bring it to you tomorrow. So I'll do it and I'll pack it and go and hand it over to them. Sometimes in the airport, I've given it to them in the airport. And sometimes I go to their hotel room and hand it over.
That's extremely interesting. So now, as you go forward, Kathy, what else do you see yourself, being interested in drawing and, in actually painting?
These paintings of mine, which I've done so far, are very specific. Like if it's a forest, that's a tree. If if it's the sea, it's the waves, or it's the sand. But I'm wanting to move into a style which has no form.
What does that mean?
Form. Like if you see a bridge, or if you see a hill or whatever, I want it to be so blurred that you still see it, but you don't see it. It's blurred. It should be so blurred that it should be without form. I want to reach that level.
Well, why do you say that?
Because I think it's hard to blur things. When somebody looks at it, they should still be able to recognize it.
So it's difficult. So you want it to be difficult for me to visualize what you're trying to say?
Yeah, I want you to see it, but I want to hide it from you.
Why?
It's a mystery, no? It's some mystery to it.
It's the artist's prerogative, I suppose, right? Prerogative, I guess.
I want to hide something from you, and I want you to see it. You should know it when you see it. I want to reach that level.
So will I come back to the artist and say, look, I'm not too sure what you're trying to tell me, but is this what you're saying? Do you find that people are going to do that with you?
If I'm good enough, they will do it.
Really?
If I did it well enough, they will do it. They will do it.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, as a child, I think you started to your little scribbles and your little paintings. Maybe, was it 7 years old?
7.
7?
7. I was a terrible artist at 7.
Okay.
Very smudgy, because I was doing oil paint. I was doing watercolors.
Mm-hmm.
And they say that watercolor painting is a strict teacher.
Why?
Because you cannot correct your painting that easily. If you smudge it, you can't correct it. But in an oil painting, you can correct it. You keep moving. The paint keeps moving.
Right. Have you ever thought of teaching people how to paint, Kathy?
I've never thought of that.
Why not?
I don't know. Maybe I don't have much time, because I manage home and I paint.
So you spend all your time painting?
I do my housework from 6:30 in the morning till 12 in the afternoon. And then I take a break between 12 and 1. And maybe I start 1:30 till 5:30.
Do you find that painting is a very relaxing kind of hobby to have?
Definitely. Can I say something personal?
Please.
I lost my daughter almost 2 years ago, and I never thought I would survive it. And when I got back to painting, I was able to stay with the colors and the place where it took me for 2 hours at a time. And so it has been a blessing.
Cathartic,
yes.
Very cathartic, I would
therapeutic,
imagine. Very cathartic, of course. Yes.
The paints do their own work.
Really? Mm-hmm.
Yes,
you only do oil work? Or?
No, I do a lot of acrylic.
Mm-hmm.
I do a lot of collage and paint. I do texturing, a lot of texturing also.
What is texturing?
Texturing. I use a ceramic material to form something. I give it the first background, and then the thing that comes forward, like the center of a flower, I would texture it. So give it a feel that you can touch it. Mm-hmm. You can feel it. So that kind of painting also, I do that.
Right. You are also very talented in very many other ways. Mm-hmm. I know that you do a lot of craft work and you do a lot of other things. So let me draw you out on what that is that you do.
I used to do wax.
Wax work?
Wax flowers and silk flowers. But I used to do wedding decoration. So the whole thing I would do. Wreath and veil and baskets and flowers and the church and the cars. And I made all the decorations myself.
So you're very, very talented, obviously.
Very
Where do you find the
hardworking.
time, Kathy, for so many different things?
It's my job.
So you still do all of these things as well?
Not wedding decoration anymore. For the past 2 years, I haven't done wedding decoration, but paintings.
Are there other art stuff, other art-related items? Do you do cards and painting other things?
I do cards and my fridge magnets. So they are very tiny miniature paintings. A perfectly complete painting, but it's miniature. For your fridge, you stick it on the fridge.
Right. You do so many amazing things, but obviously I can see that painting is your real first love, right?
It is.
Definitely not the last one, I'm sure.
Which one?
Your paintings, it must be.
Definitely not.
Yeah. What else do you want to carry on doing then, painting-wise?
I haven't thought of it as yet. Right now, but like I said, I want to reach the standard of my own style. Right now, I reproduce a lot, not exactly, but I use references because they are orders. But I want to come to a stage where I'll be able to do my work. Like I said, it will be so blurred and very muted painting. I want to do that.
You've obviously got the whole world is open to you as an artist, you know. But I do wish, Kathy, that you would get far more publicity for the beautiful work in which you're doing. And I do hope that a lot of the people who are watching us today are going to sit up and be counted and stand up and say, wow, that's beautiful. Because I really think your work is beautiful, Kathy.
Thank you so much.
And I want to thank you so much. I want to thank you for coming. I'm really happy that you could come. You've come a long way for this interview. I do appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
And all good luck to you in your beautiful work. May it continue for a long, long, long time to come. Thank you so much, Kathy.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you. Well, it was great to have Kathy Samuel here with me in the studio. Her work is so magnificent, and I'm sure that you have taken a good look at what she does, because I think she really is a dreamer. So until the next time, do take care, and bye for now. Thank you.